I ran a baby cake. I can do that one. Come on.
Already recording. Well, look at that. My name is Dani Henderson. It is a Monday morning. I think it's July the 3rd, 2023. And my beautiful friend in the screen is Nicky Allen, the great British psychic medium. Hello, Nicky Allen.
Hello, 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 hello. Can you hear me across the pond?
Yes. Yes, I can. Thank you very much. Am I going to use a Marconi sound frequency? No. Am I going to use a Tesla sound frequency? Yes. Tesla, I love you, Tesla. The father of audio frequencies across the very, very oceans. Good morning, my beautiful friend.
Good day, darling. It's my afternoon here, darling. I wished I was in Florida. I wish, but it's not long. It's not long.
I know,
it's not long.
I know.
I'll be there.
You're going to go to
Florida. Be there. Up and up. So I had to sing that because it just popped in my head. I'll tell you what else was in my head. I've got to mention this. It might not be relevant at all, but I woke up and you know you got a song in your head. You think, was it on the radio? No. Was it on any advert? No. It's the final countdown.
Oh, that's
I'm heading for Venus. All I've got is that in my head. It could be a spirit buzz, I don't know, but it's doing my head
God.
in.
It's one of those.
Hearing it all the time. It just came in then. It's really weird. Really
That's
random.
So wow. It kind of is. It is the final countdown. Well, the song I had in my head was like you can't touch this. Yeah.
Yeah,
hammer time.
My music says, "Oh my love, thank you." I can't remember the words.
Oh my gosh. Well, good.
We never talk about what we're supposed to talk about, do we?
I know, because you and I, we probably shouldn't record. Because I think only you and me find each other funny. And the people will be like, oh my God, shut up. Because why?
I sound that way. Oh my God, shut up. Shut up. Oh, I hope the people in Freud are like my accent. They'll be like, oh God, she's terribly common, Roger, isn't she? Oh no, they'll be going, oh my God, she's so common.
Hold on. Time for a fart gun. Oh, pardon me. Oh, that's the old lady getting her very posh husband's attention. Quentin.
I think you're covering it. I think you're actually doing those pops in your panties. Oh my God, that brings me to a brilliant story.
Second, I'm still trying to get the attention of Quentin. Keep on interrupting. Quentin, my love. Please, who are these stupid women? Please turn it off before I punch you in your gob. Okay, now we're done. Okay. Ladies and jelly beans, this is a stupid half hour. Nothing serious here. Maybe one or two little drops. It's Nicky Allen and Dani Henderson, and we are just being complete idiots. This is the second of our CHEERY UPPY shows. Nicky Allen, over to you, boo.
Do you know what? What I will say is, though, I know we're having a laugh and everything, but it's unfortunately it is that era where people are literally, even the kids walk around with hoodies, don't they, so they can see their phone. It's just a joke. And I'm telling you now, I do watch a lot of things to cheer me up for mental health. So really, we are doing something quite precious here. I'll tell you. I'm trying to justify it. You know, I think, you know, people watch it, cheers you up, and it sets you in a good energy if you've got mental health or you're particularly depressed or down. So hallelujah, with a bit of spiky little spiritual stuff put in there and all. This is what I'm going to do. Your fart gun, I think you're psychic, love. I thought I'd better tell you that from a guru. I think you're psychic. Because it's not, I have got a lot of fart stories. I've got loads, and I've got so many poo stories. I can't even tell you. IBS like puts paid to that. But this story, right, was banned. This is an exclusive. Dun, dun, dun. This was banned from my book, The Rise and Fall of Britain's Best Psychic Medium, because basically the editor said, don't put this in there. He said, it's going to put you in a really naughty light. And I went, well, it's me. I'm totally real. That's what people describe me as, keeping it real. And he goes, no, that's not going in there. I went, all right. So he took it out, right? What happened was, right, is I used to get the girls around my house. When I had a lovely big house in my old life, before I lost it, when I had my lovely big house, I had a room that was like for games and karaoke, because I love karaoke, right? So Saturday night, girls around, chili on, loads of chili, and absolutely shed loads of wine and vodka and tonic, right? So we were like singing till about 3 in the morning. And then I was like, oh my God, I've got to go to bed. Anyway, on the Sunday, right, I get this call about 10, 11 o'clock, and I'm like, yeah. And this girl goes, oh, hello, this is, I better not say the church. This is so-and-so from a London church. I went, oh, hello. And I'm still like half pissed, to be honest. And she goes, oh my God, she goes, we've had a cancellation today for our divine service. She goes, could you please do it? Now, back in those days, I was A1 people pleaser. Right, A1 people pleaser. And I should have said, no, I've been drinking last night, I've been out with my friends, and I didn't. Like a dickhead, I said, yes, don't worry, I'll come and save you, because I'm a #1 empath and a people pleaser, right? So I'm like, I'm drinking coffee, I feel like shit, my stomach is, sorry, I said, yes, I should do it. I'm going to be supposed to be saying it anyway. So I'm feeling, oh my God, you know, I think, right, Mackie D's will do it, Mackie D's do it. So I've got myself in this blouse and bloody trousers, blouses and trousers, and I get to Mackie D's, have this, I'm eating it on the way there, right? And I get there, and you know, you've got the shakes, and you think, oh my God, I just need to go back to bed. I'm going to be doing a divine service, right? And I'm thinking, it doesn't matter, there'll only be a few people here. It's heaving. Because she's put this thing out saying Nicky Allen is coming to do the divine service. She's like, because someone's cancelled. I'm like, oh my God, the place had people standing up. And I'm like, oh, hell no, please no, 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 no. So I'm like this, drinking water. And she's going, oh, she goes, you're obviously having a lot of spirit energy today because of all the water you're drinking. I was like, no, because I'm still off this stuff. So anyway, I get up on the stage and I start talking, and I mostly got into my second link, right? And then suddenly it happens, right? That hungover belly says, oh no, we don't want the McDonald's anymore, Nicky. So I'm swallowing it down. Anyway, the woman who I was linking with, oh my God, I don't know if I should be saying this, right? The woman I was linking with was very sick before she passed over, right? So I'm saying, I actually do feel sick. I can feel her energy. I feel really sick. And then as I've done that, because I feel like I need to cough it down, something's come out the back end. So I pooed myself on the podium. It's poo on the podium. It's poo on the podium. I'm like, God. And I'm like, do you know when you just can't hold it and you're just thinking it's just going to have to go free, like a spirit, it's going to have to go free. So I've gone, oh my God, I said, I've had a surge of energy. I'm so sorry. I just need 5 minutes. I'm desperately sorry. And I turn to the chair and go, I've just had a big surge of spirit energy. I just need to go and just release this just on my own. It's never happened before. I'm so sorry. So I ran into the toilet, right? And my whole knickers are completely full. And literally scrubbing off that, that's not going to work. They're soaking wet. And so I literally just threw them in the you know, the bin for the ladies. I threw them in there and I wiped myself, come back and went, I'm so sorry about that. I've never been so overwhelmed by sickness by a spirit person. And I carried on doing it. My knickers were in the bin and I pooed myself on the podium. Is that bad? Should I mention that one?
That is it. Well, it's too late. That is a very unfortunate turn of events. But you know,
that is the most. I'm even talking about it, it makes me cringe. And after that, you know, if I knew I was working, no alcohol at all, ever. Even like the night before, nothing. The lunchtime, nothing at all. Yeah. It was mortifying to stand there, feeling my bum warm up whilst everybody's looking at me thinking, oh, bless her, she's getting an energy surge.
Oh, no, yeah, no, that's just
I'm going straight to hell for that one.
You're going to hell. Your name is at the top of the list, baby girl. Yeah, you're done. You're done.
Wait, cakes.
Done. You've gone done them wrong, girl. You've gone and done them wrong. All right. So
actually, no, but what I will do is say though that the woman who I was connecting with was laughing her head off, the spirit person. She was absolutely laughing her head off because she was a very funny, bubbly woman. So I just need to say that to kind of get some sort of grace back. Go, sister, go.
Just stop.
Have you got one?
Stop talking. you
can't believe I shared that story. What am I thinking? Oh my God. Go on, please help me.
Alan, honestly, that's one of the things I love about you. You're very real. You have no filters and you just like, blah. Because, you know, I mean, unfortunately, there are people that will be able to relate to that story, you know. But, you know, as a clairvoyant medium, my darling, as you've been your entire life, as I too have been clairvoyant medium my whole life. We've always seen the spirits, the spooks, we've always heard them. We've also dealt with some really, really horrifically nasty dark ones, which is why my next book that's coming out in August is called Angels, Aliens and Demons, because these are the 3 species I personally have dealt with. But I want to tell a funny story, a funny spook story. And again, like you, everything I talk about is from direct experience. I've experienced it, so therefore I know it to be true. I know it to be real. So I was in England, and a lot of my family are from Sussex, East Sussex. And I was living in America, and I was thinking about popping home, and I wanted to get fresh a couple of days. There was a big party coming up, and I wanted to get jet lag behind me for a couple of days, because, you know, my lot, it's like, hey, Wallop, here's a glass of wine, here's a glass of beer, here are the bagpipes, Dani. Oh, here's the piano accordion, Dani, you know, so a lot of expectations. So I checked into this stunningly beautiful Georgian hotel, ancient hotel, and it's on a golf course in East Sussex.
Wow.
So I check in, the people running it, I was the only one there, the people running it, lovely older couple, much older couple. So anyway, I go upstairs and I open the bedroom cupboard, and it was like one of those old wooden cupboards with the latch on it. Do you remember? We would have had those in the 70s too. So I opened the door to put my suitcase in, and I look down, and there's a literal pair of boots. I see a solid pair of boots, and they are Cavalier style. So they are full up to the shin boot, leather boot, male boot, with the little leather bit that turns over at the top. And they were just sitting together.
Hello, a soldier in your room.
Yeah, one slightly slopping over. And I saw it, and I clocked it, and then they vanished. And I thought, oh my God, wow, that's weird, seeing a pair of boots. So anyway, come to the evening, I have the most amazing bath in this giant bath, and you know, I've had a little chat downstairs with the owners and a little glass of red wine. I don't really drink red wine, I don't really drink at all, but that is years ago. Glass of red wine, and I go upstairs and I get into bed, and I'm laying back on the pillows, and I'm just thinking to myself, wow, look at this room, Wallop, this is just. And then there he is, and right across the other side of the room, as solid as you are, is the most handsome ghost, solid man, long black wavy hair, wearing Cavalier style, with his hand on his hip and his big wispy moustache, looking at me in his stocking feet. I swear to God, he was full solid, was flirting with me, and I went, piss off. Good old fishwife. Oh, how dare you? How very dare you, ancient English Cavalier? Get out of my bedroom before you find my boot up your ass. Yes, that happened.
Darling, what is wrong with that? I would have said, do you want to just slide over and tell me about the water?
Okay, no, okay, this is the cheery uppy show, not the cheery sicky show. Okay, don't drop it down. Don't drop it down too many levels. No, thank you.
Wow, did he just walk then?
He went through the wall.
Did he just
disappeared? He was like,
oh my God.
Don't you know who I am?
I find it really hard. I find it really hard because my Khan, right, is one of my like healing guides. He's so gorgeous. It's not even funny. So gorgeous, green eyes, and he's got that strong Native American jawline with his jet black hair. Oh my God, he's so gorgeous. And I always know if anybody gets him, because if anybody goes, oh, I can see your guide, right? One of them, I hate he's a Native American. We've all bleeding got one. And they go, my God, he's so handsome. His eyes are beautiful. And then I know that they know what they're talking about, because he is, oh my God, drop dead gorgeous. Problem is, he was my dad, though, in a previous life. But oh my God, he's so handsome. It's just really hard not to think, you're so handsome, without being in that zone of, well, actually, no, you're a guide and you've come through different dimensions to be here and heal me. He did a good job, didn't he? It's still got him there, you're pain in the bum. I'm only joking. I'm feeling really good actually lately. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
That's good. That's really, really good. All right.
I can't believe you told a man to get out of your room, though. I'm not going to lie.
Of course I did. I'm very, very selective. I'm very selective. I go years being single. I'm just not anybody's girl. So, especially not a spirit. Especially not a spirit. All right. So, do you have a beautiful a humorous spirit story to share with us of your many investigations and books and television shows across Great Britain that you've actually taken part in?
Oh my goodness. What ones are funny? I did have them in my head, but now I'm kind of almost linked up now. So I'm trying to remember that this one's actually in my book, and it was really funny because it was just, oh no, I can tell you about this one. This was good. It was so embarrassing because I thought I'd smashed it, right? I was going to tell you about the Nice Charlie's one. I don't know if you remember that in the book, where I kept saying his name's Charlie. Charlie, keeps saying about Charlie, and then he was going in front of my boobs, and it was saying nice Charlie's, and it made everybody laugh. Anyway, this one, I was going through. I've never ever been egotistical, ever, and I was on the telly at the time. I think I was doing Angels at the time, and I was doing this local fair, right? And it's a funny, naughty one. I was a bit naughty again. And it's another story that my editor would let me put in the book, right? So basically, I stayed grounded. You know, some people kind of go, oh, I'm on the telly, I'm amazing now. Yes, like I can't go to anything that's just, you know, normal because I'm so famous. I wasn't famous, I was just on the telly. And so I used to support all my churches still. Went to this psychic fair, right? So I'm doing my tabletop readings, and I do like them. They're good practice for any developing medium. Get on tabletop readings at psychic fairs. It really helps you to develop, because you've got to kick into one person 15 minutes, then the next, then the next. You know, this woman sits down, right, and she's like quite slim, quite nice, and so straight away her dad's there, right? So I said, oh, I've got your dad here. Start talking, and she's tapping her fingers, looking down. I'm thinking, biatch. She's looking like that. I went, oh, sorry. I said, do you not want your dad? She goes, well, no, not really. She goes, to be quite honest, if you're a psychic, you should really know what I'm here for. And I went, I'm going to slap her face.
How
rude. And I went, really? And so there was a woman behind me, right? I won't mention her, but she's so funny, another medium. And she had a rest. She was having a rest. She was listening to it, right? And she went. So, and I thought I could either be ex-police Nicky and go, I tell you what, bitch, go. Or I was going. I said, well, I'm very sorry. So I said, I'm very, very sorry. He goes, I don't really want to talk to my dad. I went, whoa, I think that's a bit rude, don't you? Your dad, you know, wants to come through from heaven and he wants to talk to you. No, I'm not interested. As I said, you should really know what I'm here for. And I thought, oh my God, shall I end the reading? And I thought, no, let's just see what this little wants. And so she goes, okay. I said, oh, I'm so sorry to bring your dad through, but that's kind of what I do. So I said, what do you want? And she goes, well, if I have to tell you, she goes, I'm going to move to Spain. I want to know the house I'm moving to, how much I should offer, how much it's going to be, and when I'm moving. And she looked at me like that, and I went, oh, and so I could see my mate, and she went, oh my God. She goes, calm down, Nicky. I went, then, okay, do this for you. And I didn't. I made up the biggest loads of pants in the whole world, right? I just went, oh, it's in Murcia. It's going to be 495k. You're going to have to actually obviously sell your house here and put a bit of an investment in. It's also in a pueblo. And I was just describing my auntie's house, right, in the pueblo. I said, it's going to be in the pueblo. You wanted the coast, but you're going to find something you fall in love with, blah, 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 blah. And I just went, there you go. So I said, off you pop now, off you pop. Enjoy your new house. And I thought I was lying. And a year later, she sent me a thing saying, I'm so sorry, so rude. I'm so sorry I didn't ask my dad. I thought, I don't care because I don't like you anyway. She goes, but you were totally right. And she said, you were totally right. I didn't end up by the coast. I ended up in the pueblo. You even got the house number right. And it's in Murcia. Thank you very much. And I thought, oh my God, I got it right. But I was making it up. And we were laughing so much, me and my mate. She's going, oh my God, you just threw a load of crap at her, didn't you? I went, yes, because she deserves it, because she's not respecting the spirit world. And it turns out.
So funny. So funny. So spirit got the message, right? Spirit got the message across regardless.
But I would have thought they would have fibbed and said, yeah, just give her what she deserves. Do you know what I mean? But I know it was funny at the time because she knew that I thought I was just throwing a load. I literally described my auntie's house and I just wanted to laugh because I'm thinking I'm just talking a load of crap to you. She got no respect for the spirit world. Turned out I was right. So I don't know what the story, I don't know what the message is in that story, but it was funny at the time because I thought I was actually giving her some BS, and I've never done that in my life ever. But she was so rude and so disrespectful.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's
It was
funny
right
though.
in the end.
Yeah, but even though like your emotion was connected, and we try not to get emotion involved at all, and it's really hard sometimes when we're giving messages to people, we can feel everything.
Yeah.
We can feel the pain, the love, that everything that happened in the situation before, and we're trained or told, or we get it commonsensically. Don't attach to, like, this is not your pain to feel, or but you can't help it sometimes.
Yeah.
It just goes to show that no matter what,
Absolutely
if
right.
your human emotion got in the way because she triggered you because you felt she was rude, yet the message still got through, and there's something really special there. Yeah,
I couldn't believe it though, because we did laugh a lot about it. And then I was she used to go, oh, there she is, BS Nicky, which is my mate. There she is, BS Nicky. I went, oh, I just don't know what lines I'm going to come out with next. And it went on and on and on.
God.
But yeah, it turned out, I got it right. But she said, oh, however, she goes, you weren't spot on about the price. I actually managed to get another £2,000 off it. I'm like, oh, just disappear from my email inbox, please, young lady. Just disappear.
Please stop telling me how good I am, even when I'm not truly
People
connected.
could be so rude. I know, people could be so rude. And with, you know, me and you, we bring people into the fold. So we're not, you know, there's lots of mediums who just work the circuit, so they're praying to the converted. But we are out in the abyss of humanity, and it can get quite ugly sometimes because they don't understand the process, that, you know, and it can be really hard work bringing them into the fold. But on a serious note, when they're in the fold and they start experiencing what it's like to live spiritually, it's the biggest blessing ever. And that's what I get the buzz out of that. So many people say, I'm skeptical, I don't do this, don't do that. So that's okay, then let's just have a little look at this. And then they're living the life of, oh my God, I just got a synchronicity. Oh my God, ask my mum about her because I love robins, and a robin come and sat my arm. You're like, get in, you're working it, lovely. And that is just brilliant. Kelly Sanger, if you see this, she's one of them. Again, it wasn't skeptical, but was scared about her ability, you know, and now she's absolutely smashing it with Reiki healing and all the rest of it. And it's just lovely to watch them, because they all think, I'm not good enough, I can't do it. And then you give them a bit of encouragement, the universe hears, drops it in, pushes it out there, and now she's wanted everywhere for what she's doing. It's just great. Love it, don't you?
Absolutely. And I do think everybody has this beautiful innate ability, because we've come from spirit, we are spirit in these physical bodies. But then when you throw religion in, and all the kibosh and the, you know, the kind of Germanic ideas, you know, from the nasty party, all that kind of filtering in where they don't allow you, and then they'll say things like, oh no, you're talking to demons. How do you know? How do you know? It's so annoying to me. Oh no, that's demons. Yeah. Oh no, well, no, I connected with Jesus. Oh no, you didn't, you connected with a demon. How do you know?
Yeah.
Well, because you don't go to my church, and because my vicar never told you what was what, so that's a demon.
I know.
Shut up.
And then I go, oh, so you do believe in spirit people then? You do believe in a spirit element then? What are you talking about? Well, a demon obviously is an entity. It's a celestial entity, isn't it? What does celestial mean? I said, you just go back, trot back to wherever you come from, work it out and come back, love. And then the other thing is when they say about, oh, yes, you don't know who you're dabbling with. I said, neither do you. I said, you're going back describing some old bloke that's in an old story that's been translated about 600 million times. So don't even go there. At least mine give me names, dates, times and addresses. Your Jesus doesn't. Jesus, as far as I'm concerned, not being rude, it's amazing where we go with this. Most fantastic medium and seer on the earth plane. That's how I see him. Exactly. I have seen him, I have communicated with him. And yeah, let's not get on the religion bus there. But do you know what I mean? It's just some people are just so funny.
They are. And the thing is, we say don't get on the religion bus, not that that's our truth or our plan here. This is the CHEERY UPPY show, second episode. Yeah. But I just cannot believe that people are so believing the system, the religious system. They'd rather believe an old man in a dress and a mitre helmet than their own heart, than their own deceased mother or father that may show up to them in a beautiful dream. They've got to check with the Pope, you know, and all his shirt lifting cardinals and bishops, you know, that the, you know,
I want to speak to the Pope. I know exactly what you mean. And it's just,
you know, we've been so brainwashed, hardwired to turn away from our own beautiful, sweet, angelic gifts, or beautiful, you know, spirit-given, God-given gifts, whatever you want to call it, to believe outside. And I rebuke all of them. I rebuke everything out there. No, I would rather trust in here, and I would rather be proven wrong. And that's not arrogance.
Yeah,
That's social and that's spiritual hygiene.
Yeah.
I've been let down so many times by 7 years old, by these awful women pinching me and telling me I've got the devil in me because I told them I saw Jesus. That there, right there was my signal. Wow, you adults are liars. You're going to hurt a little child that has come to be told to trust in the church. And you're taking me in a back room and you're physically abusing me because you want me to shut up because you cannot see what I see. You will never see what I see. And I'm 7 and you're 800 and you're never going to feel what I felt when I connected with Jesus in my room and the angels. So you old bag, you sit down and you shut up. Yeah.
I remember the first time I connected with one and I couldn't stop crying for about half an hour. It was in my first circle. That's in my book as well, when I was in Aggie's circle. And oh my God, it was the most, there's nothing on this earth plane that you can describe it or compare it to when you first connect in the energy of an angel. It's the most, I can't, no, there's no words. I just cried with love and wonderment, and it was just incredible. And to help other people try and get to that environment is what it's all about. It's the others, isn't it? And it's like, at the time I've had it with them, oh my God, when they say, oh, you're the devil, you don't know who you're talking to. And I'm like, well, hang on a minute. The letters from St. Paul's to the apostles was of prophet. It was of the future, the letters there, talking of what was to come to pass. I said, you believe a man like spread the sea open? How do you do that then? How do you part the seas? And it's like, you're talking about angels that an angel guided 3 men. Well, and you're saying that I don't know what I'm talking about and nothing exists. I'm like, oh my God, I just don't even want to go there with it. It's just, but the Bible says that you can't, in Corinthians, you're not allowed to talk to spirit people. I said, oh, but Jesus did though, didn't he? And so did Mary. And so did all the other people. In fact, she even had a baby without having anything. Perhaps it was that Cavalier. He just walked in there.
Well, I'm pretty sure it wasn't that Cavalier. But, also talking of angels, in the Bible, most of the angels are given names with El after them. And now we can go to the Elohim, etc. But El means next to God, Michael, Jophiel, Haniel, Raziel, Raguel, all of them, Gabriel, so many of them. Ariel, so many of them. And then yet there are 2 names that stand out in the Bible, Sandalphon and Metatron. And I thought they were just made up names until I did some study and came to understand that those 2 are Elijah and Enoch. But people don't want to go too far down that road, because if you go too far into Enoch, yes, Sandalphon and Metatron are Elijah and Enoch and Elijah, who left this planet in their physical bodies. But the Bible has been so manipulated, and we don't even know what the original Bible originally said. Was it ancient Aramaic? Was it ancient Greek? Was it Hebraic? We've been told so much baloney. And then people go, oh, don't say that. Don't say that, because God will smite thee. Well, the God of the Bible that smites thee, I don't like that person. That person can step in the corner, because that person has been responsible for holding the minds and souls and hearts of billions of people over thousands of years. I'm not at all happy with that smiteful, horrible, naughty thing in the corner with you. I'm going to think about
right. In the naughty corner with the druids and the pagans.
In the naughty corner, because it's said and it's come out. Oh, yes. Those who choose to be offended, it's Satan. It's Satan. They are worshipping Satan. If there was a God of love that loves babies, who in their right mind would ever say a newborn, beautiful baby is a sinner? You lost me right there, boo. That's Satan talking.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right, without 100%. But you know what, just going on from that, people think we read it, and that I say it all the time, I've never read anything. Metatron came to me during my 5-year journey when I was in bed, right? And I thought, oh my God, I'm starting to think angels are like Transformers now. I am Metatron. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, Jesus, we're talking about Metatron.
It's totally made up.
I am Metatron. I'm like, oh my God, I am seriously going to have to sort out what drugs I'm taking. I made prescription drugs when I was ill. And I'm like, what the hell? And then I'm like, that's not an angel name. Don't even go there. It's not right. And then Sandalphon. I'm like, no, I'm thinking sandalwood, aromatherapy. It's not Sandalphon. And it wasn't until I came around, oh my God, Metatron. Did I hear Metatron last night with a purple eye? And so I'm Googling, oh my God, he's an archangel. Oh and look at it, and then that's it. That's all I do. I just confirm it that way so that I know that I'm not going mental. And then that's it. I certainly didn't know the in-depth story of those two that you've just said.
Yeah.
But then that's for you to know, for me to just be happy that that angel has come, it's connected, is acknowledged, and I can help humanity. Okay, well, I'll tell people to call on you when they need this and that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And again, it's just more confirmation for you.
I can't imagine not acknowledging angels or not living with them, even down to, you know, people joke about the parking angels, oh, please let this go well, and then you get a feather drop in front of you straight away. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're like, that's so good at the signs they bring. It is breathtaking. It
is. I love it.
To just bring people into that, oh God, please, you know, have a look at it. And I say to so many people, you might not believe, just dip your toe in and see what the water's like. And then they suddenly go, oh my God, this just blew my mind. This happened today. I'm like, I know. Welcome to my world. It's a brilliant one. But talking of Satan, scary one. Let's do scary. All right. We should call this the good, the bad, and the ugly. This session.
Okay.
Isn't it? The good, the bad, and the ugly.
All right, beautiful. I'm going to put
You've got a spooky one, haven't you?
I really do. A very, very dark one, yeah, that just happened. So I'm going to hand over to you for yours first, all right?
Okay, I can't remember if I've spoken with you about this. I have actually done a video on it. It's in my catalogue of videos on YouTube. I was very young in paranormal investigating. I literally, this transitional time was me just come from being a detective, and I just started in a circle, in Aggie's circle, so it's quite a young little buck. Oh no, it's not a buck, is it? I don't know what it is. Young little doe. And someone said to me, oh, would you like to come to, every time I do that, would you like to come? I'm thinking of you, taking the mickey out of my accent. Would you like to come to the Abbey? It's a place near Portsmouth. And I'm like, okay. So I said, don't tell me anything else about it. I think, because this is like, I'm a virgin at this point in respect to paranormal investigations, right? Flipping hell. So they go, yeah, okay. And I said, just don't tell me anything about it. I don't want to know any information. I just want to go in there. Right now, I'm not saying anything because I don't want to be gobby and get it all wrong, right? And so for the first time in my whole life, I shut my mouth. So we turn up there, right? And it's a beautiful summer's day, and they've got a barbecue going on the ground. So it's like a barbecue, chill out with all the investigators, loads of people, and then it's hit it at night, right? So I didn't know anything about it. So as we get onto the ground, if you can imagine, you've got this beautiful scene to the right of everybody like chilling, having a drink, having a barbecue, right? Bright hot sunshine. I look across and there's this thing, right, standing in the old ruined doorway of this abbey like that. And I'm not joking, he must have been about 7 foot tall, right? Huge, filled the doorway. And the energy looked like black locusts. Right, it was just, I thought, flipping out, and I saw fluffing hell. I'm trying to not say the F word. I do fluffing, right? So I've gone fluffing hell. That's a big fluffer. And all I look at this face, and then now and then a shoulder would manifest in this black stuff, right? And I'm like, fluffing hell. So I go over and I'm like, don't say anything because you're going to make yourself look a twat, or a wannabe, or oh yeah, I can sense this, because there was loads of them. Oh yeah, what are you sensing, Druid? Oh yeah, well I'm sensing there's a lot of like sandwich, and there's all these like heads. I'm like, oh my God, you're so shit. You don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, well I'm sensing some monks. I'm like, we're at an abbey, you twats. Yes, we're going to be sensing monks, aren't we? I'm like, oh hell, get me out of it. So you've got all these dickheads. Oh no, but I'm sensing this. So you're Deirdre. Oh yes, Deirdre. Oh yes, we're both called Deirdre. Oh yes, Deirdre. I'm totally sensing that. I'm like, sensing bloody horn and brothel, love. Oh my God, I can't believe I just said that. Sorry. Oh my God. So anyway, right. So, I'm so sorry about the whole thing. Oh my God, don't say it again. Right. So I'm like, oh, they're all full of bullshit. They can't even see that black thing looking at us, and I'm shitting my pants. I'm not going to lie, right? I'm thinking I don't even want to go near that fluffer. So anyway, it gets dark, and I'm like, oh, hell no, right? So this fluffer has disappeared. I can't find him. So then we go into this lodge, and everybody's going, oh, can anybody sense anything? I'm seeing nuns, right, bending down with pregnant bellies and it being cut open. Right, their belly's been cut open, nuns. I'm seeing monks bent over and their heads being cut off. And I'm like praying. I'm like, what the holy fluff? Right? What? So I'm like, oh my God, and I don't want to say anything. And then I said, oh, I don't like it here. I've got to get out. And I felt physically sick. And I wasn't on a hangover. I just want to add that little piece, the puppiness, right? So totally not. So I come out and I'm feeling like I want to retch, and I feel really ill, and I'm shaking and I'm shitting myself. I'm not going to lie, I'm really scared. It's my first ever time, right? And I'm like, what do I do? So then my granddad, I vaguely feel my granddad, my dad's dad, Fred, there. And I'm like, oh my God, please come in. And he doesn't at that point. But I'm vaguely aware he's there. I've got his old crucifix that he got from Rome, right? So I always took that. He always told me to take that. So I'm like, I don't like this. I just want to get out of here. And everybody else, I've got, like, there's a couple of them sensing it, but most of them anyway. So this woman comes out and goes, "You're all right?" I said, "No." I said, "I just need to get away from this lodge. It's not good. I'm seeing really horrible stuff." She goes, "That has been reported." I said, "Just don't tell me. I don't want to know. Tell me afterwards," right? So we walked to the main Abbey just to get a breath, and then here's, and it's actually on my phone. It comes out. You can't hear it on my phone. You hear gravel of like an army marching. Christ, so they've got this army going through. I'm like, oh my God, there's an army going through, and I can hear it. And then it comes out on my phone, and I'm like, oh my God, it's on my phone. So I'm getting all this physical evidence I've never experienced before, because it's always been me channeling, right? And I'm like, holy pants, this is fluffing brilliant. And then suddenly I look up the ruins of the Abbey, and this thing is there, the mother fluffer of fluffers. He's coming towards me with this one. I went, oh my God, no. She went, what? And I said, oh my God, please, no. I went, oh my God, angels, somebody do something. And nobody did anything. And this fluffing thing, right, literally came over us, and she dropped like a sack of potatoes. She dropped on the floor. She went, ah! And she's on the floor. And I'm like, oh my God.
Wow. And
he literally comes into me. It's the most freezing I've ever been in my life. I was going, I couldn't breathe, right? Oh my God, this is really bringing it all back, right? I'm absolutely. And then suddenly my spine, if you could imagine your spine being pulled out of the bottom of your base chakra, that's what it felt like. I felt myself, and this is what had happened to her, but she just flopped it, right?
Right.
And so I'm sitting there thinking, oh my God. And there's this black swimming stuff all around. And I'm going, oh my God. And I was really, really petrified, right? And then suddenly my granddad came marching into my third eye, and he went, don't you dare show fear, Nicola. Don't you dare. What did I ever tell you? Do never fear the dead, just the living. And then he stood by me, and I thought, he's right. And I stood up and I went, you right now. And I've never got so much energy. Obviously it's not fluff, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And suddenly it all went, and it stopped, right? And I stood up and went, get away from us now, how dare you? Right? And then it just literally whisked off like this black will-o'-the-wisp, right? And I just went, and I've gone to, and she's in a fetal position. She's absolutely terrified. And I went, are you all right? She goes, Jesus Christ, what just happened? And I described to her. She goes, I'm going to have to tell you, Nicky. She goes, I can't hold it in anymore. She goes, that was the black abbot of Netley Abbey. He's been grounded here. He used to commit atrocities with the nuns. I said, I know, I saw that earlier, right? She goes, he used to slay monks in their prayer position. And I went, oh my God. And I was so emotional. I feel a bit emotional now, because everything I'd seen, she was telling me. Yeah. And then she goes, nobody, not one medium, no matter how strong they are, have ever been able to send him over. But she says, but I've never seen him disappear like that quick. So she goes, so you have got, and I said, I'm a portal, seventh son, 777. So I said, thank God my granddad reminded me to never show fear. And so everybody was getting, like, I had stones thrown at them, people were getting injuries. I didn't know any of this. First ever paranormal investigation. And I tell you what, that's the worst. I have encountered a few more that we can discuss in other shows, but my God, that was horrific, but so real. And so it really woke me up to, because I was in the light. You know, I've always been protected. We always are. And then I'm thinking, holy shit, we really do have some dark stuff down here. It's going to be. Humanity is yin and yang, love and light, dark and light. And it's like, I knew then that I could handle it. And another time we'll talk about the witch finder. We'll talk about that story in another show, because it's another long one. But my God, it was the most physical, most scariest thing in my life. And I think I was introduced to it. It's like being chucked in the deep end. Do you know what I mean? My granddad was there, and it's like chuck her in at the deep end, so she knows that if anything happens that's dodgy, she can deal with it. And from then, these like, you know, spirit people with an attitude would come, and if I was doing house clearance, I'd be, oh, really? Don't think so, mate. Fluff off.
Right. I've seen several of those. Yeah, doing land, office, homes, churches.
Yeah.
Churches are the really, I mean, you're going to get a lot of.
Oh, my.
Because again,
I know.
Because the occult and witchcraft is so still very much alive more than ever today.
Oh.
There are more people, there are more witches than there ever were. And it's that nice woman, you know, selling bread in the back of the bakery there that's like in her early 40s and getting her kids off to school and making a few extra quid. And, you know, some people think that the mothers of darkness, which are the head of the Luciferian order, that they are going to be, you know, people that are really famous and really, really loaded. No, it could be me or you, mate. It could be me or you.
Absolutely literally. Right.
So I
absolutely
like that
right. I've got so many stories of this, but don't get me wrong, predominantly, you know, there's a lot of white witches that are trying to do good.
Oh,
I did do a spell once and I'll never do it again. But there's also the dark ones, and I've got a story of that as well. But anyway, what about you?
Let me share the one here. So I have done, well, my entire life had the clairvoyant, so seeing what people say they can't see, or seeing in a dimension, seeing the spirits, the spooks, seeing the dark in people. Like, doesn't matter who it was, ever since a child to this moment, if someone's lying to me, the vibration shifts. I hear it in my physical beingness, right in my field. I can see different colors coming out their mouth. They might put on the most beautiful, handsome, but I will smell them. I will smell the decrepit level of their energy. I will see the level, the layer, the shade of darkness that they are. So it doesn't matter. And I will be as nice as pie, not fake. I'll just be doing Dani, moving through. You're not mine to fix. You're not mine to heal. You're not mine to save. You know, keep going through.
Yeah.
But I see it all. I see it all. So this, so over these years, I have done literally hundreds of I've done exorcisms, I've done blessings, healings, I've done last rites on people, because I've been since 2004 an ordained minister, reverend, California. And it's not like a 2-minute off the internet, you know what I mean? I mean, you can upgrade with the Universal Life Church, which I've done since, but my original training was there. Dr. Chris Lamont, who's actually a bishop. Anyway, recently I was renting a house in Hawaii, one of the Hawaiian Islands, and there's a lot of ancient energy there. Of course, it's billions of years old. You know, the land is billions of years old. And very quickly, and I'm going to speed this up because it could go on, I could feel something in this house. I knew it was there. And the reason I knew it was there, because I got off a plane. I'd been Costa Rica, living there, straight to the conference. That was amazing, heart and soul into that. And then straight to Hawaii. So I am in this rental, and I go into the huge bedroom at this rental. And I'm like, oh, and I laid down on the bed and I thought, I just need 20 minutes. I'm so jet lagged and tired and blah, blah, blah. Oh, I went to England as well. And that was also, I was just so exhausted. So I lay down. And I was like right before going into sleep, or in between worlds, right there. And my eyes weren't totally shut. And then I was aware of something that came in the room. It sat on the bed and it had a weight to it. And then I kind of half opened my eyes. And because I was in between, I'm like, Jeff, my beloved fiance who died of a heart attack very suddenly. Because it looked like Jeff was massive, huge muscles, biggest man I've ever seen, biggest muscles I've ever seen. I mean, just the most beautiful, stunning, such an Adonis of a man, truly. And I went, Jeff, and I put my hand out and I touched him, and I touched it. I touched its arm, and it was cold. Physically touched its arm, its huge arm. And then in the next millisecond, I realized that it hasn't got a face. It's got hair, and it's trying to look like Jeff. And it's searching my files in my brain to try and pull up an image of Jeff. And I went, fluff. Oh. Yes, no face, trying to fill in, mimicking. It was a mimic. And then I went, flap off. And I sat up and I went, oh my God. I'm like, how dare you, you know, try and mimic Jeff to me, my beloved, get out of here. Anyway, I'm like, great, there's a friggin' presence here. So I did some prayers, I did some saging, yeah. And then I told my friend, I'm like, yeah, there's something in that house, dude, something on the land. And then I think it was the second night I was out on the balcony, and then there were pigs everywhere, pigs and chickens and friggin' cockadoodle flipping doodle doos. Yeah.
Oh my God, they do my head in.
Oh, so many
I
of them.
know.
So I'm out on the balcony and I'm just relaxing, and I'm on my laptop and I'm looking at something on YouTube, and then I can hear these footsteps, that they're heavy footfall, and I'm listening, and I'm thinking, because the garden goes into the forest, and I'm like, and we're you know, it's up, the house is up in the mountains, and I'm like, that is so weird. That's like a bipedal. But you know, when you hear a sound, your brain will always try to give a description of the sound you heard. That's how the brain works
right,
also.
yeah.
So in my mind, I'm seeing a hairy bipedal, like a Sasquatch being entity, a hairy humanoid. And I'm like, this is crazy. This is crazy. Anyway, get on with my life. I've got clients to see, so I'm setting up in my normal world. I always do my protection. I always do my own beautiful prayers and my own blessings. And each person I see, I clear before, I clear after. And anyway, this one particular day, I go upstairs to go to bed, and in my bathroom, there are 15 black flies. 15 black, disgusting flies that you get on dog poo when it's outside.
Oh my God.
There's no reason for them to be in this house, none. Now, when I do massive clearings in houses and land and mansions and hospitals,
Flies
whatever,
come.
they come to me. That's a signature of death.
Yeah.
That's dark energy, physical.
Yes, I've seen it myself.
Right. And so I'm like, that is wow. And so I actually felt a little bit like, ooh, uneasy. Yeah. And so I thought, I'm going to sleep on the sofa. So I go downstairs and I sleep on the sofa. And while I'm sleeping on the sofa, I can feel something giant outside the doors, giant, and it's pacing up and down. And in my mind, it's this huge, black, hairy thing. Okay. And I'm saying in my mind, F off, just F off, because I will not give in to that fear. I just will not. I've been so scared as a kid, physically harmed by demonics as a kid. At 4 years old, they tried to suffocate me. I'm like, you ain't taking this bitch out. You know, I'm fierce. I'm going to, anyway, so I'm doing protection and I'm lying there. Anyway, twice in the night, I wake up and this beast is exactly behind the sofa. Now, the sofa was in the middle of the room. It wasn't up against the wall. It's in the middle of the room, and the beast is on the other side of the sofa, right near me. It needs me to know it's there, but it knows it can't touch me, but it's letting me know it's there. And it was like a gigantic black bull with huge flaring nostrils, like...
I knew you was going to say that.
That's how it sounded. And both times I yelled, F off, like, Rah! At it. Like touching over the, you know, I will not, you will not take me out. Was I scared? I was scared. I was a little bit scared. And do you know why?
You got too human.
The very first time in my life, after every other thing, aliens, angels, demons, possessed people, exorcisms, for the very first time in my life, Nikki Ellen, I realized that this is one entity that I am never going to take out. It will take me out. It will try to take me out. Yeah?
Yes.
Anyway, I left. Did it win? I wouldn't look at it like that. Did I want to be bothered with its presence? No, I did not.
Absolutely right. And I'll tell you something now. That's exactly how you should have dealt with it. Now, I was very skeptical about all this kind of stuff until someone asked me about demons, and I thought I need to kind of, you know, I kind of go up to the spirit world wherever I go, and I say, right, this is what humanity wants to know now. Do you want me to know or not? And so I asked about these elemental type, demon type things, because I've obviously heard of it, and I've seen one, but I thought I was making it up. Anyhow, Julianus, my main guide, said, I'll show you what they are. I'll show you what they are. So this is how I've been shown where they come from, because like, where do they come from? Why are they there? Blah, blah, blah. And he took me to the in-between. I call it the in-between. It's a bit like, what do you call it? Stranger Things. It's like the in-between, which is like, what's the word? Between heaven and hell.
Purgatory.
Purgatory. So I still say purgatory then. Different education. Purgatory, right? So he took me there and he said, he goes, these are the creatures you're talking about, aren't you? And then I saw this black filth over in this like area of this dimensional kind of chamber I was in. I went, yeah, that one. That's like stinking, horrible, minging, breathing shit going on. And he said, this is how they were created, right? And I was blown away, right? There is a layer of energy where we have the stuck spirit people, aren't we? So that you kind of, I find them very rarely, where you'll see an energy and it's dark and dangerous like this thing, and it's kind of stuck in its own energy, originally human, right? And it doesn't want to go up to the light, doesn't want to go up to fear of judgment or whatever happened back in that time. So it festers after eons and eons in this dimensional state of nothingness. And it festers in its own hate, pain, anger, guilt, whatever it is that it's created when it was down on the earth plane. And it festers to such an extent that it creates its own imagery of what it feels within. And these souls that have rotted and festered and stayed in that energy somehow get to manifest themselves on a certain land vortex. Perhaps they're attracted to certain energy of people, and then they stay stuck in that vortex energy. And they're originally humans that found themselves in purgatory but did not want to go up, and they stayed in their own filth. And basically that carries on manifesting, creating what we know as demons on the earth plane. That's what he showed me. And I was sick after I came out of the meditation, and I thought, oh my God, am I hungry? And I thought, oh my God, no, I'm gonna be sick. And I remember the smell. I've obviously smelt death a lot when I was a detective, but Jesus, it was horrific. And it was just, I was in this energy of swirling mass of just evil. And that evil was just allowed to carry on, manifest. But again, I said, well, how do they get on the earth plane? He said, how does anything get onto the earth plane? It's the attractions, it's the vortexes, it's, you know, they find portals through dimensions to get here, and then they can manifest themselves on the earth plane. I'm like, okay, don't send any of those fluffers towards me, thank you very much. And that's how they showed me what a demon emanates from.
Yeah,
I don't know, you know, I can't say what's wrong or right. I just always share my experiences and know them to be real. And that's exactly the same as this Abbey, exactly the same as that elemental bloody thing that you had. You just got, you know, and it's exactly the same. We'll do it again in another story because we haven't got time, but I'll talk about the witch hunter. You know that you are not going to send them over. They are way beyond help. They're way beyond anything we can do. You as an ordained minister, it's not going to happen. You just got to leave it alone and hope nobody else interacts with it. That's how I've left it. I give it a blessing, make sure I'm completely fine, and then come away just very quick. You know, even I went around this house once, and it was like walking into a Halloween shop, but it wasn't Halloween. Right, she was just nut, right? The whole place was full of skulls and every single thing that would, you know, create witch, Halloween, Satanism. I'm like, oh my God. I said, am I at the right house? She goes, oh yeah. She goes, oh, this is just my stuff. It's okay. I'm like, holy shit. And I'd gone around there to do readings for her and a couple of her friends. And then something was in there and it came back with me. I could feel it, just like you, that breathing, right, on my neck. And how I didn't have an accident, because I just went, literally put my foot on the brake, turned around and said, you get the fuck out of my car right now. And I think they literally feed on the fear and paranoia, guilt, whatever it is they find the victims, a bit like narcissists with empaths, right? And it was hoping that I'd be going, oh my God, love and light. And I was like, oh no, there's no love and light in this car, sunshine. Get the fluff out of it. And I literally, the problem is I braked in the middle of a main road, but thank God it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. And it took about 5-10 minutes until it left. I think I had Michael with me. I bought Archangel Michael in. I just said, you can get this fluffer out of here. I quite like fluffer. And it went. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
but you know what I have to make clear though is that, because I don't want people to think, oh my God, there's demons walking around. It's so rare, and it's, you know, it is part of some ambassadors, spiritual ambassadors like you and me, to experience it so that we can deal with it if we have to, or we can, you know, educate people about it and show them it really isn't that big. Because the problem is, on the television you've got, oh, do you want a killer? Oh, that's a dark demon. You're like, oh, for Christ's sake, please just let there be a real paranormal investigation series. It doesn't involve dramatic music, sound effects, and do you want us to leave? Are you evil?
Have you seen them?
Jesus.
Have you ever,
Just, do you know
honestly?
what I mean?
Let's go there. Let's go there. And so, ladles and jelly beans. I am so weak. That's like a baby bottle. Baby bottle.
Darling, I'm wearing a nappy.
Oh,
I
no.
identify it as a 3-year-old
Oh
baby.
no, don't do that. Oh my God, I'll gag. Lollygagging. Let's go there. So you and I and our friend Andrea Falk. So the three of us have done a lot of different television paranormal investigations in England for years and years and years. and I myself, I, hand on my heart, I don't know if in England especially that I've ever watched an actual, real, true to life, honest to God, where none of the mediums have been told where they are. Maybe some have picked up bits. And actually, that's going to sound really cruel. I'm sorry. Here's what bothers me about every single show. Let me put it that way. They go in, they rake up the spirits. They say all these terrible things to the spirits, and then they leave them. They fluff off and they leave them, and they don't do any releasing, any prayer, any honoring, any connecting angelics with the earthbound spirits that could be being used for addictions in that house, which helps a demonic entity or energy grow. Like, it's just so cruel, right? Did you see?
I know. I will say that Help My House is Haunted with Ian Lawman, I pray that he doesn't know anything, because if he doesn't, that is most probably the most likable show I like. But do you know what? I'd love to see some girls doing it. Yeah. I really love that show, and with Barry Gaynor, and they do the blessings. Ian is a ordained minister as well. So they do, but it'd be nice to see some girls rock it for a change, wouldn't it? Do you know what I mean? And perhaps, you know, with Andrea, with her knowledge of previous lives and how this has been attracted in the house, and our knowledge of dimensional beings, I think, you know, the sisters doing it for themselves, I think we'd be amazing. The three blondes. Just saying. Any TV people out there?
Just saying.
I think it would be, you know, to have some girls actually do it. The last girl that I remember, God, that was years ago, Mia Dolan, but it was just flat, and no disrespect to you, Mia, if you watch this, but it was just it was me.
Well, she could have been controlled. She could have been controlled, because that's what they do. The idiots, and they are idiots, that in the past, in my experience, they constricted our shows. They were like, oh, you can't say this and you can't say that because of this and that and this and that. Like, oh my gosh, you just can't be free. You just can't be real. You just can't like breathe in, breathe out what you're seeing. There was all these restrictions, and so get your boobs out a bit. Get your boobs out. Put some lipstick on. What else? Oh yeah, let John step in. No, sorry. Let John say more because he's the man. Like, that means anything. You know, whereas we absolutely you're so clever at pitching the show that we're going to be doing next year. But so it's the three of us, and we are doing a bit of a global tour, and it's going to be so much fun. We're going to help so many people connect to their abilities, connect to themselves safely, lovingly, and also honoring and protecting any and all religion they may already have within them, but which allows them to be autonomous and to fully, you know, develop safety for self, you know, and for their children, for their environment, you know, all these parents.
Exactly. You know, we need to educate people that they can do this themselves. I've had a lady email me this morning saying, oh, you know, can you help me? My dog's like, you know, a rescue, and she's really needy and really stressed, and I just need someone to do a reading for me. I'm like, oh my God, how long will it take you to connect into the energy of your dog? It's so simple, but people don't know. So we need to educate them. It's not all about running out and screaming, and, you know, it's dealing with the spirit people. At the times I've gone in thinking, right, you know, another story we'll talk about another day. with the one that haunted a hotel, and I'm like, right, I'm gonna have this bloke. He was broken, and he'd been, you know, this spirit, it was broken. He'd been there hundreds of years because of what he did, and he just was so lost. And when he heard his story, everybody ended up crying, and he was just asking for help. He was saying, I need help. Can you please help me? Just get out of this, whatever I'm in, because I need to go up to the spirit world. And we ended up helping him, and it's not haunted anymore, this hotel. But, you know, that's what we need to be doing, this real, keeping it real, and just going, having a laugh with it. You know, we were, oh my God, we were so funny at that time. We all met up, and we've got everything that isn't being provided now, you know, and to have a niche female group going in with all of the experience we've got, that would be TV gold for the paranormal community, because it's been lost.
Definitely.
You know, Six Most Haunted, well, I'm not even going to comment on that because I've worked on it, but you just, or work with the people, you just want to do something that's solid and good, and will take the keys over. Let's hand the keys over to us and let us drive this home, and let us.
I'm not going to wait. I know what you're saying. I'm not waiting for someone to hand me keys. I'm not waiting for permission. I'm not. No, we do it ourselves. We're doing it ourselves. It's done. And there's no restrictions. We're not told what to do because they're out of their depth. They're completely all out of their league. I had a man come to me, a man that ran a massive, like a Weinstein type size media company in America. My hands to the gods. And I sent him a DVD I made called Psychic Secrets, where I took a camera crew into the La Jolla cave store in San Diego and did a true to life, a true real, no influences whatsoever. Anyway, he watched it and he said, I don't care if it's real or not, this shit sells. And I'm like, bye. And my husband at the time was like, are you mad? I'm like, no, I'm honest. I will never lie on spirit. I will never. You couldn't pay me enough to make me BS to fit you. Stay away from me. Don't you dare come near me. And I am so strong in that. I am so strong. Yeah, but you could get a mansion and please, you know nothing about my life. I've already been a multi-gazillionaire. Just go away. Remember that bloke? Yeah. Oh my God, let's go there a bit too. All right, so you, me and Andrea, for example, we are women. We are established women in our abilities, okay? We're not 20. We haven't got fake boobs, fake lips, stretched faces out with Botox. You want to do that, go ahead. If that's what you need to entertain you physically and fill you up a little bit spiritually, bye-bye there. You're not going to get that from us. You're going to get all the warts, all the witchy warts and everything.
Don't you like?
But yeah, so it's telling the truth, it's being real, it's showing people how to protect themselves. And I actually forgot a part of what I was going to say there because I got out my pram a bit about how everybody needs the 20-something, like get real. Not that, of course, children, and I was doing it at 7. Of course, a teen and a young 20, I was able to do this. I wasn't as healed as I needed to be. I had way too much violent rage in me because of all the violence I'd already experienced at that age. But now I'm a lot calmer and I can see more. We're in a position to really help people, really help them, educate.
It's perfect timing.
Yeah.
We're at the plateau about to take off, darling, without a doubt. So look forward to that. Look forward to that, Missy. Do you know, we never do half an hour, do we? Never, ever do half an hour.
We got a bit too much yak, Nicky Allen. We do. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this. Okay, so we're going to save. I have a Heber Castle story. You have the Witchfinder. I wanted to go into why we celebrate the crucifixion, the cross, the symbol of the cross, when the beloved Jesus was so horrifically murdered, so slowly and atrociously. Why are we seeing his beautiful image in churches across the world, this hanging man who's dead with nails in him? Why do our children grow up? I remember the first time I saw that, I was nearly sick. I was so scared. I didn't understand what was this. And this is what happens to the minds of children. I remember everything. And that's why you and I, for example, talk about it the way we do, because we know it was wrong as little kids. We know it was so wrong. You know, we were raised differently. You didn't have the religious, you had the spiritual. You know, oh, you're evil. Oh, Nicky Allen and her lot, they're all witches and wizards, isn't it? Because they could like all see shit, right? It's terrible because the church said, well, the church is getting its ass spanked. It's being sat in the corner, and we're coming forward in the arms of love to tell the truth. So Nicky Allen, so much for the Cheery Happy Show. We dropped some demonic intel there. We didn't plan to.
No, it's absolutely fine. I think it's fluid, and I think it's real, and I think it's great. You know, we shouldn't stick to a program of what we can and can't say. So I'm loving it, and I really do hope that everybody else does as well and shares it to everybody in the whole wide world.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to come to final words on this July the 3rd, 2023. Nicky Allen, final words for this segment, please.
I've learned in the last week or so from emails I've had is that if you have a pineal gland, Google it, it's not worth me explaining it, and a soul, you can connect to whoever you want. Whoever you want. You are connected to a huge source of information, of life, of other dimensions. You don't need us to do it. The one thing that I wish is to bring more people into this energy that we live and breathe every day. So keep connected to our channels, keep connected to yourself, try and develop, meditate, walk in nature, open yourself up to the possibility, if you don't believe, angels, spirit world, because when you start experiencing the magic, that's just another one that's on our love and light side. Because at the moment there's too much dark, there's too much bullshit out there, and we need to kind of grow this, a slow burner, continually let it grow, and it starts with you. You've got it all, it's there for the taking. Take it and start developing and opening your consciousness up to all those people, all those beings that want to connect with you. That's what I need to say today.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. I just want to say again on the subject of dark entities, energies, demonics, etc., that there is a school of thinking that sometimes we show these dark beings love because some of them truly are caught up, they're kept, they're in this. And if you show them another way, they can be released. You can send them to the love, but there are also, and what I've come to understand, there are also those that you feel you may have turned to the light, to the love, are tricksters. You have to be very careful. Now, me personally, myself and I, Dani Henderson, I have zero tolerance, zero. I don't want to hear the spirits or the spook story. If you profess to be a certain way, I'll be there. I'll stand strong. I'll send you love. I'll melt you with love if I have to. But if you are a trickster, you better know what time it is and what's coming, because there is zero tolerance. There is a very destructive.
Can you imagine us?
Yeah.
Can you imagine us?
We have
some place that's got one of those elemental demon things. Oh my.
We have a technique that I will never teach. I will never teach live. It's the termination technique, and it literally sends the entity back to its point, its original point, and it's painful for them. It's painful for them.
Oh, I look forward to that.
Yeah. So how many other billions of years? How many ancient years the being may have done in timeline years on this planet? They go all the way back to source. Zero tolerance. Yeah, so
oh my God, I can't wait to share that.
I know. So we'll meet again in a few days, Nicky Allen and I, Ladles and Jelly Beans, and we will come and give you more of the stories that we've shared today, that we don't want to say too much in one drop. We'll do it in the next one. So let us know what stories you're interested in. Let us know if there are any techniques that you would like us to help you to learn, to protect yourselves, to release energies in your houses. Please, this is the place to come. Nicky Allen and Dani Henderson. Send you love from my heart to yours, and we'll see you soon.